Hello. So, you or one of your students is interested in creating a project for History Day. Well, we at Carroll County Public Library would love to help you. Today, I'm going to show you some resources on our website looking through our databases. And we're going to look at a couple of databases in particular that we think will help you find good resources for your History Day project. If you go to the Carroll County Public Library website at library.carr.org, this is where you can search our catalog for books or other items in our collection. But you can also go over to collections and down to online research and databases. Click that, and it will take you to a long list of all the different databases that you can access with your Carroll County Public Library account. If you look on here, there are lots of different databases on lots of different subject areas, but today we're talking about history. So I'm going to scroll down to the section called Genealogy and History. This is where there's a database called Gale OneFile World History. This is like an encyclopedia that holds broad information concerning world history. If you scroll down just a little bit more to the Homework and Education section, there are several other Gale databases. This one is the Gale Academic OneFile Select, and it has lots of academic journal articles, magazines, and newspapers across many subject areas. But you may want to check out the Gale in Context High School database or the Middle School database as a good starting off point to get general information about your History Day topic. There are also articles, videos, primary sources, and more on many subjects, including social studies and history, that may be helpful to you. We'll come back to these databases in a little bit to explore how to use it. So I'm going to scroll down farther down the page until I get to this section about magazines and newspapers. This section gives you access to the Carroll County Times archive, which is very helpful if your research topic is about local history. The database gives full-text articles from the Times from the years 1933 through 2019. And this would be very helpful if you have a specific date or event in local history that you're researching and need primary sources for your research. If you scroll down a little bit more, you'll see we have the Gale General OneFile and Gale OneFile News. These are databases that give you access to magazines and newspapers. Down farther, you can access the New York Times either in the library or on your own device through your library account. You can also access the Wall Street Journal and the Washington Post in both of those ways, either in the library or on your own device with your library account. So for now, I'm going to scroll back up to the Homework and Education section. And we're going to look at the Gale in Context High School database. So we're going to click there to enter that database. This is the home page for this database, and this is the search bar. So just for today's example, I'm going to search for the Indian Removal Act and see what turns up. I'm going to click the search button, and I see that a lot of different sources came up. There are 66 reference articles, 1 video, 9 academic journal articles, 4 primary sources, 5 images. So you can choose the content type that you're looking for to narrow down the items that come up in the search. So I'm going to choose primary sources for today's search, and I see that there are 4 items that come up when I use that in the search. Now for my research, I'm going to need full text documents. I need to be able to read the entire thing, not just a summary. So I'm going to click this box over here where it says full text documents. If you were searching for academic journals, you would click here to limit your search to peer-reviewed articles as well. That means that the information presented in those articles has been reviewed by professionals in that field of study, and it's been checked for errors or inconsistencies. And those kind of articles would also list all their primary and secondary sources so that you could see where they got their information as well. Those kind of secondary sources would be considered fact-checked so that you could be fairly assured of getting accurate information from those sources. That is why you would choose peer-reviewed if you were looking up articles, and that choice would be located over here under full text documents. You can also, over here, filter your results if you wanted things that were published within a certain time frame, or if you wanted items returned that were on a specific subject or a related subject, if you want a specific document type like a topic overview or an essay. For this primary search, though, I'm going to pick legislation because maybe I want to see what the actual Indian Removal Act says. That turns up the Indian Removal Act of 1830. And if I actually click apply, then it only gives me that one piece of legislation for the Indian Removal Act of 1830, which is what I wanted. And I see that this one has commentary as well, commentary on Indian Removal Act, which would be helpful to me to understand the law better, as sometimes the wording of actual laws can be a little confusing. So when I click on this entry, I can see the author is the U.S. Congress, and the date that it was published, and this says 1999. Now that's because this was an act of legislation that was written in 1830, but this article with commentary was written in 1999. So I can see that it was published by the Native American Experience, and the journal that the title of the journal it was in, and the publisher information is right there. I can also see over here what type of document this is. Again, if I hadn't already picked to only see legislation, and there it tells me that this is legislation. If I needed to know how long this article was, it gives me a word count there. And I also have a content level and a lexile level if you needed that information. That would be provided there at the top. Now, here is where I can choose to translate this page into another language should I need it. I can make the font smaller, maybe if I want to print it out and fit more on a page. I can make the font larger. Maybe I need it to be larger to be able to read it a little easier. I can change the background colors, font style, and the line, letter, and word spacing, if that would all be helpful to me. There's also the option to hear an audio reading of the article, if that would be helpful for me to hear this read instead of trying to just read the words on the page. Over here is where you can choose if you want to save this article to your Google Drive, to your Microsoft OneDrive. You can email it to yourself or to someone else. You can download it to your device, or here you can print it. Now, if I scroll all the way down to the bottom of this article, now if this was a journal article, I would have passed all of the author's reference on my way to the bottom. All the way at the bottom, you'll see a box that says Source Citation. For your History Day project, you will have to cite your references in your annotated bibliography using either MLA format or Chicago style, which is sometimes called Turabian. If you're ever doing research for some other project that requires APA or Harvard style, then you could also pick that too. But for History Day, you're going to choose to either do your citations in MLA or in Chicago style, not a mixture of both. You pick one or the other and do them all the same way. And Gale gives you that option here where it will format the citation for you. So that's really helpful. This is the citation for this act of legislation that was published, again, in the Native American Experience in MLA format. If you want more resources like the one you found, then if you keep scrolling down, it'll give you some articles or items that it could turn up that are more things like the one that you found. There's also, you can click to view more than that you may want to check out. Now, if you scroll all the way back up to the top of the page, you may have noticed this symbol up here where it says Cite. That's also the option to bring up that citation tool to cite those articles. So you can either do that at the very top or at the very bottom of the page. There's another list over here titled Explore that lists those similar sources we saw at the bottom of the page and a link to see all the related articles. Again, here at the top, there's another place for me to have the option to email it, this article, to download it, to print it, to copy the link to make sure that you can have this article or get back to this material when you're putting your resource together. You can also highlight and make notes over here. So I hope that you found this helpful as you get ready to start doing research for your History Day project. Just know that all the librarians at the Carroll County Public Library would love to help you if you get stuck or if you need some direction or help in finding some more resources. On our homepage, if you go to the About Us tab and click Hours, Holidays, and Locations, you will see all of our locations, hours, and the holidays for the coming up year. If you scroll down, you can see each branch's location. There's phone numbers for each branch if you need to call. You can email us, and the librarians at each location would love to help you complete your History Day project. So, from Carroll County Public Library, happy hunting for resources and good luck on your History Day project.